Good morning. You look cute. How are you?
Good.
Morning. Good morning.
It's the same picture.
It's the same damn picture.
No, I love it.
Oh.
All right, how are you? Good to see you, man. What time you got?
Go back and forth on these welcomes and bucket fills, okay?
Yeah. Whatever you want to do.
Thanks for being here. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Good to see you, man.
You all right?
How was Mexico?
Hot.
Yeah.
I wish
It was when I came back like late Sunday night, and then I was here yesterday. It was all rainy. I was like, "Yes, please take me back to Mexico."
Take me back.
Please.
Looked like fun though.
there's people standing there like, are they coming up? No.
One of the
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. I guess there's a real producers event today too. Is that where everybody is? Spring Fling. They should do that around our meeting. Real producers event. All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Robin Hendricks, your team leader, and check out Darren's glamour shot. Oh, no, we're going to skip right through that. Connie reminded me of it's like 10 years old. So, yeah. Okay. My thingy. Oh, thanks. All right. Let's welcome our first time guests. Any first time guests in the room? Yay. Let's stand up. Wait, hold on. Let's get you a mic. Yeah. Let's get you a mic.
Tracy Johnson, new agent.
Yay, Tracy.
Thank you.
Who else? You went to school together? Aw. Hi. Okay, we got another one over here. Like, okay, where's Bethany? Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Bethana Judy. I'm a solo agent and I am joining your firm.
Yay! Awesome. Anyone else? No? Okay, keep going. Bucket fills. Who's got a bucket fill? Something good. Tell us something good. Sure. Yeah, Connie's got something.
Just want to say congratulations to my partner, Alicia, who has worked so hard in this business, and she just bought herself a lake house and a pontoon boat. Under contract yesterday.
Wow. So what I just heard, Leisha, is I now have a friend with a boat. Yeah. Yes, we have a lot of new friends. A lot of things happen on boats. Like, no, Connie.
Tell us more. Tell us more.
No, I recruited 3 years ago. I recruited the biggest indie I ever recruited on a boat on a Saturday. It was a 28-person indie that decided on literally moved their entire firm over on that Tuesday after a Saturday day out on the boat. So we need to invite an indie on the boat. That's what I'm saying. Okay. All right. What else? PJ's got one.
Like, unfortunately, she's in CE right now, but I got to give a huge shout out to Jenna. As you guys all know, Jenna, she's the glue that holds our team together. We were out of the country last week, and she was able to submit offers and put one under contract for us while we were out of the country. So we wouldn't be in the position to do what we could do if it wasn't for her. So I want to give a huge shout out to Jenna. So thank
Love
you.
it. Anyone else? All right, let's go.
Can I
Darren.
do one?
Oh, of course.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
It's Lindsay. I wanted to bucket fill Daphne, Leisha, and Robin for attending the social committee meeting last week. It was great. I appreciate your support, and I'll be sharing more about it later.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else online? No? Okay. April birthdays. If you have a birthday, stand up and be acknowledged in April. Woo woo, PJ. And Liz, I think we might have someone else on here that, why don't you come up on up and, yeah, you sure can. Wait. It's Lynn's birthday. Ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Come here, Lynn. All right, let's everybody sing together. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Tomorrow. Dear Lynn, happy birthday to you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go, just 3. That's good. I'm really happy to know after COVID, we still blow out candles here at Valentine. That's really good. That's good. All right. April newcomers, if you are brand new to our brokerage and you're here today, please stand up to be acknowledged. Whoop, whoop. All right. Yay. Yay, yay. All right. The 2 of you, call all of your friends on the list and tell them to show up to next team meeting. All right. March cappers. If you capped in the month of March and you are on this list, please stand up. Come on. Okay. They're out doing business. They're out doing business. Okay. Want to talk about this?
May 16th, so from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. We're gonna have guys, he gave us a teaser of his new Plax model. Amazing.
Yeah.
So all about how to get more listings.
5 steps to take more
5
listings.
steps.
May 16th. So the first 50 people to sign up are going for free. So, wow. Wow. Okay, Jeff Glover, just so you guys know, if you don't know him, he's the #1 real estate agent in every state that his team is in. The #1 real estate agent. Yeah, so how are we going to do that, Lynn? There you go. So first 50 people that send Lynn an email to get registered, Lynn will register you. Yes. So if you don't get in the first 50 and you invite a co-op agent to come with you, we will pay for that agent's ticket and also your ticket as well. So opportunity to get in first 4 months, or if you're not in the first 50, then yeah. Okay, any questions around that? You guys aren't going to want to miss this event. It's going to be at the AC Hotel too, right here in Valentine, just so you know. Really, really, he's brand agnostic, so he's phenomenal. Matter of fact, he actually, when he comes to train, sometimes he sends somebody else. Like it'll be a Glover event, but it's not him. And I was like, Brenda, I need to make sure it's Jeff. And she goes, I already did. He's coming. So the person, just so you know. Yeah. All right. Any questions about that? Super excited. All right. All right. Thank you for your referrals for last month. So the month of March, I just want to thank you so much for your referrals. Do we have the list of agents that we can call out? Okay, so we'll come back to that slide.
No, they weren't in this. Sorry.
Oh, next month, Lynn, we'll do it right. Yes, I'm stuck. All right. So Carolina Home and Auto, Jennifer, are you, anything you have today that you want to say?
That it seems like insurance is leveling off with all of the eligibility issues, rates and things like that. So always keep us in mind. Send us a request for a clue report. I've noticed more people are asking for those. So I thank you very much for that.
Yeah, thank you, Jennifer. Awesome. Thank you, thank you.
We also have youth residential. So Alex, are you in the room?
I think they're outside waiting for after TV. Gallup Home Concepts, Hornet Moving, and the Fullness of Real Estate Media, all of our in-house vendor guests today. So anything, yeah, go ahead.
Hey, I'm Justin. I am with Hornet Moving. We're Charlotte's locally owned and operated premier moving company. And according to Teresa, the official mover of KW Ballantyne. So happy to be here as always, seeing all these smiling faces. We're getting into our busy season. So when your clients need to move, make sure they're calling at least 2 weeks in advance to secure their ideal move date. Everything's sort of picking up as the weather warms up. So give us a call.
Yeah, I love that. And guys, some of you might not know, but they actually, our in-house vendors pay a fee to be a part of us. And they do so much for us when we need vendor partners for an event or a raffle or whatever. They do so much. So please, please, please direct your people to them. Let them earn the business by you directing them. I will tell you, moving companies, what a nightmare moving back to North Carolina it was. They picked up my stuff on Monday. I literally thought they'd be there Thursday, Friday. They're like, oh no, we'll see you on Monday. I'm like, oh, what? So, and then they got there, they weren't going to unpack anything. It was a nightmare. So dealing with somebody like Justin with Hornet Moving, that they know how to take care of you and your clients at a high level, please give them that opportunity. Appreciate you. I just had a nightmare move. Yeah, don't make it easy. I love that. All right. All right, we got our list. Let's go back. This is going to be fun. All right, so if your name is Red, we want you to come up.
Erica McNew, Paul Demal, Jasmine McCorkle, Rob Conkle,
Nope.
Ron
The
Westbrook,
room?
Ginny Linich, Janice Maynard, Lorenza Boone. Just throwing money around. Let's see, Michael Garner, Tammy O, Joanne Snyder, Beverly Thomas, Jay White, Pamela McElroy.
That's why Jay came to the
Wilson,
team meeting.
and Chastity Washington.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're doing a money grab. So there's $100 bill in here, there's 20s, there's 10s and 5s. So you guys, the only way that we grow this market center is through great agents like you going out and doing great business that people want to go like, hey, how are you doing what you're doing? So we appreciate you, and we all want you to do a little money grab. So you can't look. No, just one bill.
He was getting a handful. He was going on.
Lynn will shoot me.
Bill second, dollar bill, someone like something else. $5.
Bye-bye. Woohoo! And you're building your downline.
That crispiness.
Bye, Nala. No holla. Dig a little deeper. Come on. One. 10. All right. The 100 is in here. Okay, just want to show you. You're welcome. All right, keep bringing the referrals. Thank you so much. Oh, yes. Go ahead. I'm going to take the mic back. Oh, you got one.
John with
It is.
Gallup Home Concepts. Hi, y'all. For about over 12 years, I saw on Facebook one of your agents that was congratulating herself and her team here for 12 years. And every time I see that, it reminds me that I'm getting older every day. because I was here to do the first inspection.
Oh, wow.
So I've been working with you all a long time. I hope to continue to. It's a pleasure to see a full room full of folks. I am a home inspector, the unofficial home inspector of KW. Over the years, I've done a lot. I've done the golf tournaments, showed up on the course, done a lot of things, done the Halloween parties. I haven't seen some of those things coming around here in the last year or two. And I look forward to doing more in the future. If you need a home inspector, I'm here for you.
I love
I'm here
it.
to make your life and job easier.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, my name is Jonathan. I would like to probably say I would like to have 12 years like he does, but this is my first year here, so I got to start somewhere. I provide a real estate media company, photo, videos, reels, everything that you guys need for your listings. And every package that we do, we do photos. And also we provide anything, as many pictures as it takes to cover the entire house. So sometimes other regions are like, the pictures I get in, are you going to cover the entire house? Well, cover the entire house and we get everything for the same price. All right, so I'm happy to be here. Thank you, everybody.
Love it. Thank you. All right, Carolina Gold, Teresa and Billy, what you got today? Come on up here, so everybody.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hopefully you know me now. Gerald, you're more special with Carolina Gold. And
Teresa Green.
here's old enough to remember Danny Foxton. I'm going, there's one. He had a radio show, financial guy, radio show on WBT for a while. And he used to say about markets, he said, nobody knows nothing. And if they tell you they do, they don't know. And that's the markets kind of expect. Had a gentleman call me this morning. You know, we got them locked in at 5.19, but that was 3 days ago. Yesterday, I think we started out low, ended up high. Markets are not really real predictable right now, but there's a lot of buyers out there, and I would say more importantly, more than ever, folks to us, let us get the process started now, so that we can be ready when we see a market dip to to get them locked in. Teresa?
So we're doing 2-1 buy downs. We still have a free 2-1 buy down on some of the programs. Don't know how long that'll last, so grab it while it's there. Seller concessions to do buy down. So we'll run numbers, various different ways to help your clients get into the house.
And then May 7th, you have a class coming up.
That's right, May 7th.
Just as a reminder.
Just as a reminder, Mortgage 101 class coming up in May. In June, we're going to be doing a lunch and learn on investor loans, focusing mostly on DSCR loans.
And the first 60 people are free.
I love that. Thank you. All right. Thanks, guys. Jennifer. All right. Mega Camp is coming up. So how many of you registered for Mega Camp? All right. We got several. I love that. All right. Want to know how you go for free? Yes. One person wants to go for free. Everybody else will buy. So all you have to do is invite a guest that does 5 million or more in production. That's outside of the Keller Williams ecosystem. They say yes to you, and then your ticket and their ticket is taken care of. So that's the way to do it, guys. If you want to go to Mega Camp is a much smaller event than Family Reunion. A lot of very, very high producers will be at this event. It's just an awesome time. So, and it's in San Antonio. So not Austin this year. Not Austin because they're redoing the convention center in Austin. San Antonio, great. Any questions around that? 5 million in volumes. Yeah, 5 million in GCI. Let me meet that person. Let me have a business conversation with them. Yeah, that outside of Keller Williams. Yes. Okay. All right. Jules and Leah, come on up. Whoop, whoop. Your little hot red shoes.
Hey everyone, as you guys know, my name is Leah
And I'm Jules.
and we are your in-house tech and marketing team here to give you a KW Tech update for your week. So first of all, exciting news, we have a contest coming in-house.
So your goal is to collect as many contacts as possible from now until April 23rd. On April 23rd, we have our regional tech coordinator coming in here to teach the 201 Club class. And if you're unfamiliar with the 201 Club, what that is a model with KW that says if you can collect if you can collect over 200 contacts in your command database.
Their mama and everything.
Hello?
Jules is like,
So
where
I
was I?
continue? So the 201 Club, it's this model with KW that says if you can collect 200 contacts, over 200 contacts in your command database, you have the opportunity to build a $120,000 business. However, it's not just talking about throwing 200 names in there. It's wanting fully complete contacts, meaning you have these 5 things: an email, a phone number, a physical address, and then a birthday and a home anniversary. The first step to this is to collect contacts. So that's what we're pushing for first. So your goal is to, again, go out, meet people, meet new people, or even sit down and think about who do you know that is not already in your database and add them to your phone. The only thing for this contest that you need to add to your phone is a name and then a phone number or an email, basically a way to contact them to get the rest of the contact information. Then join us on April 23rd. And in that class, Sydney will be here and she'll go over the instructions on how to get those contacts from your phone into command and then how to set up a system to help clean up those contacts as well. So be there. The person or the agent who collects the most contacts will win a grand prize. So be here. And I will say, PJ shared one of my favorite tips around this the other day. And PJ, I think you said you went to the mall at the beginning of your business and just started collecting business cards, right? Just grabbing business cards of random people at the mall and putting it in your database. Is that right, PJ?
Handing out cards. Started spamming them right away.
And PJ, what's your database at? How many? Right. Start grabbing random people's business cards. That's the lesson. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go back one. But, yeah, PJ, did you ask people for their business card? You just kind of like snake it when they weren't looking?
A lot of them are just there. Grab 'em. However, if you go to jewelry stores, they love giving you their business card and they put their personal cell on it because they want to get the commission later. So
This is really good.
A great tip.
Thank you, PJ. All right, so let's talk about the tech, learning it. All right, so technology is very powerful. Do we all love it? Maybe not. Is it all necessary? Yes, right? So today we're going to be learning today in the tech room or in the training room from 1 to 2 p.m. Jules will be teaching you how to send postcards right from command right to their mailbox. You don't need to know their address. Is there a neighborhood that you're thinking about farming? Great. Command can send postcards right to their mailbox, okay? So Jules is going to show you that today from 1 to 2 p.m. right here in the training room. On Thursday, we're going to build on that with advanced farming tactics, okay? Yes, sending a postcard, valuable. It takes about 6 touches for a postcard to start being effective, however. If you build on that with Thursday's class, with strategies, right? Door knocking, doing events in the neighborhood. I'll tell you all the strategies that we have on Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. in the training room. And this too, if you are a new agent, Jules, I'll let you say this one since you made this.
Yeah, this is a new agent video class. So this is your 101. If you're a new agent, this is the first video you should be watching. It's going to go over the top 5 things to know as a new agent for your KW Tech. It's on our Julia Designs YouTube page as well, just in case you don't scan this, but it's there to catch as well on our YouTube.
If
If you don't feel comfortable with KW Command, you should be scanning this QR code. Okay. If you're not sure what KW Command can do for your business to grow it, you should be scanning this QR code. I will try to remember to put it on the Facebook page, but this is really valuable for your business. So if you, again, want to scan it real quick, and then we'll go ahead and post on Facebook. And lastly, if you do want to leverage it, right, think about how much is your time worth, right? How much do you make an hour with your time? And how long does it take you to create a social media post, right? Is that worth your time? Would it be more valuable for you to leverage it, right? That's what we can do for you as well. Our business model is we can teach you how to do all the strategies, or we can do it for you with the top strategies that are getting agents leads within the first 3 months of working with us, okay? So if you'd like to reach out to us, contact@juliadesigns.com, and we're happy to help.
Yay! Thanks, guys. Yeah. So good. All right, Tasha, any big updates? Woo woo.
Thank you. Just a couple of things that have popped up with business picking up, open houses. We do not do open houses for other firms, and we do not allow agents from other firms to do open houses for us. Our agreement is with the firm and the seller, not individuals or entities outside of this firm, okay? So don't do that. That's a don't. Let's see, update from Canopy. When you're entering a listing into the MLS, if there's no legal description, don't put none or NA. That's not acceptable. You need to put the meets and bounds in there. You find that on the deed. Once you find the deed, you put a copy of that description in the MLS. Okay, I know this might be new. I know it's new for me, so probably new for a lot of you guys as well. Meets and bounds goes in the legal description if there's no legal description, okay? And then you copy what's on the deed as for the description of the property. Any questions? I knew you would have one.
Is that field large enough to hold a full meets and bounds?
No,
or
you're
do
just
you
gonna put the
meets
word
and
meets and
bounds?
bounds.
Gotcha.
And then in your
that's why you need
remarks,
the
you'll put a
document.
note, see attached property description for meets and bounds, and then attach that description. Okay? Or you can just attach that page. Whichever you prefer. Buyer agency agreement. If you're having a buyer sign a buyer agency agreement, if you're having a seller sign a listing agreement, who gets a copy of that? They should get a copy right away, right? We're required to share that with anybody we have signing documents. They're due a copy of it. Okay. If you're signing it on DocuSign, it usually goes right back to them. If they're signing it in person, you need to scan it in and send it to them. Okay. They have as much right to that document as we do. Okay. Renewals coming up. South Carolina, recent update, 10 hours of CE if you renew this year. Okay. You know where to find out if you renew. Look on your pocket card or pull up South Carolina Real Estate Commission. Licensee lookup, put your name in there, and it tells you exactly when you renew. Okay. 10 hours of CE if you renew this year. Yes, Alicia.
Question. So I did the 10 hours on my really boring. Are there other better options?
Well,
For it
there's a
not to be
list.
boring? Probably not.
Yeah. Yeah. Every little segment. Yeah. Well, they have a list of education facilities that they have approved. And that's right above where the CE requirements are. Just above that, it says approved vendors for their education requirements. So you can click on that. Some are in person depending on the class. But I mean, a lot of people, not like you, they just want to do it from home.
That's on the South Carolina.
South Carolina. Yes, Jenny.
York Tech is bringing back in-person CE with their favorite instructor. So you can always check out the York Tech website, and it will be held at the York Tech campus in Rock Hill. Yes, we have pre-licensing, advanced principles, and CE.
Okay. And then North Carolina, we've got 8 hours of CE requirement every year. And we've got about 2 months to complete that. So if you have not completed it, get it scheduled, get it completed. You don't want to wait till the last minute. Have until the 10th of June in North Carolina, the end of June in South Carolina. Yes, Josh? I don't believe that's allowed anymore. Not to my knowledge. South Carolina is specific to South Carolina, North Carolina specific to North Carolina. If there are some that overlap, they're probably going to be like the NAR ethics.
I've been asked to create classes that will, and then submit them to both North and South, so
Well,
they
if you
qualify.
submit them to the
So-
real estate commission and they approve it, I'm sure agents will jump on it, but
And-
I've not seen any that apply to both.
And, not to promote the competition, and I'm trying to think of the name of it. Vonnie Judge runs a school in South Carolina, and I believe she has some that overlap.
Okay, well, if you find out
But-
what those are, please share and we'll share them in here. I've just not seen any that apply to both since there's a requirement for South Carolina.
Well, online, you can buy it for certain states, but North Carolina is not one of
Mhm.
them.
Yeah. Okay, and I think that's all I have.
Woohoo! Great.
Oh, MLS dues. MLS dues. Everybody paid their MLS dues? Not paid, paid, okay. What's our deadline for this quarter? The 15th? 15th, if you have not paid to avoid the whole office losing access, you will be removed from the office and then you will lose access to keep everybody else from losing access. Okay? So if you haven't paid, get that paid. Any questions? Anything else to add? All right.
Well, the
Thank
energy
you.
got really funky.
Yeah.
All right.
Look.
All right. Yeah. All right. Career night. Amber, you want to talk about career night coming up?
Career night is coming up on Wednesday, April 23rd. Anyone in here dual career by chance? Okay, well, if you know an agent who's dual career, that's a great opportunity to talk with anyone that they work with in their other job that would potentially consider a career in real estate. Secondly, where are my brand new agents, maybe just like in the last couple of months that are joining us? Anyone? Okay. So you're going to still have people that you could reach out to from Superior or wherever you got your real estate license, and talk with them about the wonderful home you have at Keller Williams Ballantyne and the opportunity they could take advantage of. We're going to have Carolina Gold sponsoring, and they're going to be here to provide some eats and treats and then share a little bit of financing knowledge. So please consider just inviting one person. We want to make this a booming success.
Wonderful. Thanks, Amber.
Oh, new people that are here for the first time ever, we have a gift for you. So after team meeting, make sure you come by and get your free gift.
All right. Thanks, Amber. Thanks so much. Financial Planning Committee meets this Thursday, April 10th at 12. Adam, you have anything you want to add to that?
So Jake's taking over for the wealth planning or wealth building community. I want to make sure we kind of differentiate that. So when you come for the financial planning committee and you signed up for that, the wealth building group is going to be a part of it. So just understand that that's two separate things. So if you're in like another group with the ALC groups and you want to be a part of the financial committee, we're doing, we'll be bringing like the market center financials. We'll also be talking about education around finances. We'll also be talking about the wealth building group. You don't have to be in anything to be a part of the wealth building group. That is going to be open from every agent, every brokerage, every firm, every friend, every family member. We don't care who that is. Jake's planning to start that in 2 weeks. He wasn't able to come here to speak about it, but we are also in search of someone who has massive amounts of passion for the residential side of wealth building, and investment
investing.
property. because Jake is commercial. So, you know, he's got a commercial group, we got 4 or 5 on that group. So we're really looking for someone to partner with Jake to be the residential side of this and helping build
Yeah, if
this.
you have short-term, long-term rentals, something that you're passionate about, you're already involved in it, please let us know because we're going to start this committee and hopefully grow it to be something pretty
Yeah.
big.
So think of it not just as a committee, but as a group. Reporting to the financial committee, but this is a total separate piece of it. You'll be able to hear about what's going on in it in the financial committee. But if you really want to grow your business or grow your wealth, and you have someone that's interested in that, Jake, residential lead is. So really looking for the residential person. So if you have a big passion, connect with me or Jake to help drive the group.
Thank you. Elaine, come on up. All right, come on up. All right, Red Day is coming up. Red Day, May 8th. It's the time that we shut down and we give back to the community that we serve. So tell us what you got cooking.
Okay, so everybody has one of these on their table. And we worked really hard. I like a great committee this year. We have quite a few different things, so if you don't want to volunteer for one, lots of options. The first thing is the Westerly Hills Academy. We're serving breakfast there. No, lunch to the teachers. Sorry. So your vote if that interests you. Then Cedar Grove Cemetery, we're doing that in conjunction with the Veterans Bridge Home. And cleaning up helping to clean the cemetery, that veteran cemetery. The Union County Shelter, that's where we're having breakfast. If you go to Monroe and help feed the homeless there, that's that. Second Harvest Food Pantry and the Crisis Assistance Ministry. They're asking for volunteers to help them either package foods or organize. That is right next to our Salvation Army meeting here. That is the lunch that we are serving to the homeless, the Salvation Army. So if you're crisis assistance or the Second Harvest, you can just walk right over. Because right after lunch, serving the homeless, we will be having a KWP for all volunteers on any of these places to volunteer. We are missing one, the Oxford House, which we're setting up an Amazon wish list that will be on here later today, I think. Yes, okay. So for that one, they just need products to be sent here. We're gonna have them sent here and then we're gonna send it to the Oxford House. And if on each, right?
Yes,
So
yes. Each
So if you
individual
have any
sign up
questions
genius will
about
cover.
Each one does, Carol's been a fabulous help, or ask me and we could give you more information.
Thank you so
Now,
much.
we also have a if you don't volunteer your time because you don't have time, always helps. And we will get to the right place. The other thing that we are needing, because of the fact that we are having the KW for everybody, and there will be a DJ. We are in need of a large grill. If anybody knows the large grill, one of those that you pull behind your truck, please let us know because we are in need of. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
And one other thing, better together. We get it all done. So let's do it.
I love that. Yay, better together. That is so, so true. All right, let's go. Let's jump in. All right, Darren, you ready? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody get like a little wonky right now with what's going on in our country? Yeah, everybody watching the news. Sometimes you like start off your day not so great because you just watched the news, right? So tough times don't last, but tough people do. Have we had tough times in the past? Everybody say yes. Yes, we've had tough times, right? Did we get out of those tough times? Yes. And tough times doesn't necessarily mean just around real estate. It can be maybe a child got a bad grade and that was a tough time for them, or you went through a bad divorce, or maybe you lost a loved one, or you lost your job. There's a plethora of things and reasons why we have tough times. But one thing that we know is that they don't last. They don't last forever. And tough people do. All right, so let's jump in. We're just going to go over some mindset and action training based on Gary Keller's fundamentals. So tough people don't just survive, they thrive. They thrive. So this is one of Gary Keller's from a CEO summit. And he said, anti-fragile. Anti-fragile is a concept conceived by describe anything or anyone that isn't fragile. Fragile is anything or anyone that is easily broken or damaged. Does anybody know any fragile people or things? Yeah, yeah. Easily broken, easily damaged. Anti-fragile is anything or anyone that becomes more robust when exposed to stress, uncertainty, and risk. Anti-fragile is the opposite of being fragile.
So some things benefit from shock. Thrive and grow when exposed to volatility, disorder, stress, risk, and uncertainty. Anti-fragility is beyond resilience or robustness. The resilient resist shocks. Anti-fragile gets better.
Yeah. So depending on who you are, you either get better or worse. What this is saying. So tough times are guaranteed, by the way. They're guaranteed. So just don't think that you're never going to go through a tough time ever in your life. If you live long enough, anything can happen, probably will happen. This is an amazing stat, by the way. With 8 billion people on the planet, a 1 in a million occurrence literally happens to 8,000 people per day. So has anybody ever thought about, well, that's not going to ever happen to me. It's a 1 in a million chance. Well, that 1 in a million chance happened to 8,000 people today. Crazy to think about. And by the way, this is Gary's slide. It happens, right? That's his slide, not my slide. Okay? But it just does, right? So don't think that it's a 1 in a million chance that I'll get struck by lightning today because 8,000 people today, right? Yeah, 7.1 million homes was sold during COVID. You guys, that was luck. It wasn't that anyone was smarter or better at what they did. It was that these transactions were falling out in your lap. You didn't have to have any skill. You didn't have to have any knowledge. You didn't have to be educated. You just had somebody sign on a dotted line. You showed them a house and they paid way more money for the house. We didn't care the risk, right? 4.1 million homes are sold though, and you hit your numbers. It's not luck. That's actually being tough. Okay? And that's where we are this year, by the way. 4.1 million homes is the prediction of what will sell. 3 million less homes will sell. You have to be better at your craft than you were during COVID. Just facts. So in a career of 50 years, you're probably going to go through at least 5 booms and 5 busts. So think about that. At least 5 booms, 5 busts. You want to approach your life and your business in such a way that you thrive throughout the good times and the bad. So you want to be tough. Yeah.
Because you see a crossroads here, which, you know, for me, that's the intersection of the decisions we make, right? So we've all went through an event, an experience.
This is when the thing happens, whatever the thing is in your life.
Deal falling apart, as you mentioned, losing a loved one, whatever that event is. And Robin and I were talking yesterday, you know, for me, you have a choice in that time period of getting bitter or better. You know, what are you going to choose? Because obviously this graph showing you what not tough leads to. Right? A decline in your personal life, your health, your business. And then making the choice to be tough through that. What can I learn?
And am I going to grow? Am I going to grow and get better and learn? Or am I going to just put my head in the sand and say like, poor me, poor me? Anybody know any poor me people? Yeah. Like their energy just repels you the minute they walk in the door because they probably have a headache, stomach ache, they're hungry, there's no food, they're broke, they're whatever, right? I got a sister like that, that's why. So, yeah, you have one too? It's probably the same sister. However, so who do you want to be? Because this is real, guys. Something happens and over time, you either become not tough, right? Or you become anti-fragile. You're fragile or anti-fragile. Who do you want to be? Yeah, you want to be anti-fragile. Are people still going to buy homes in a very tough environment right now? Yes. The answer is yes.
The ability to absorb the licking and keep on ticking.
Well, Mike Tyson said it this way, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth, right? And that's true unless you're punched in the mouth a lot.
You can count on a lot of clicks, a lot of time.
And tough people always respond the best, period. All right, mindset is a multiplier. So what you focus on expands. That's what Gary Keller says. What you focus on expands. So the foundational piece of this is, if you look at this triangle and the bottom being the foundation, that's your perseverance. How are you going to keep going? And that's just a question back to you all. You have to think about, if I'm going to persevere through what's happening in our economy right now, what's happening in our environment, how are you going to keep going? You may keep going differently than I keep going, or Darren or Liz, right? You have to figure that out. Perspective, what's really happening? Ask yourself this question, is it true? And is it 100% true? Okay? Because depending on what channel you're listening to, there's different truths, right? And you have to figure out what really is true. And then purpose, why are you doing this? You guys, some people say, like, the reason I do this, I just like to show pretty homes. I promise you, showing pretty homes to people is not going to make you tough. What is the real purpose behind why you do what you do every single day? Real estate's simple. It's just not easy sometimes, right? All right, emotional resilience. So there's 4 things that you have to think about here. Optimism without denial. So see challenges as temporary. Believe in your ability to overcome, period. So maybe you had a bad month. I was talking to an agent today that said, wow, I had a $2 million month, but last month I didn't have anything. So believe in your ability to overcome wherever you are right now. Because if you don't believe in your ability, no one else is going to. It has to start with you.
Stay grounded. Don't let a tough moment turn into.
Oh, yeah.
Charlotte traffic.
Right. Don't let it ruin your entire day. And remember, guys, emotional regulation, your energy introduces itself before you ever say a word. So who are you when you walk into a room? Are you that person that everybody's like, oh God, there's that person? Or are you the person that people can't wait to talk to because you have that inviting energy the minute you walk in the door? Who do you want to be? We all got crap going on. Everybody has a story. Sometimes we have to leave that baggage at the door when we walk in before, like, bumping into somebody else.
And purpose anchoring. When your why is strong, the what gets easier.
Oh, so when your why is strong, the what is easier. What do I have to do because I have this why? Make sense? Anxiety over action over anxiety. So there's actually 3 in our world, the Econine, and we've added 1 of the L's. So listings, leads, and leverage. So focus on inventory and seller conversations, period. Who owns the market? The listing agent owns the market, right? So focus on inventory and seller conversation. Every single day. Leverage systems and people to multiply your efforts. Guys, please stop doing transaction management. Like, you have to figure out what your dollar per hour is. And I'm telling you, most of you sitting in here is about $160 to $180 per hour. Why are you doing $20 per hour work? The minute you stop and do $20 per hour work, it takes you away from the $180 per hour activity. Why would you do that? Not because you're better at pushing paperwork. Because I'm going to throw up the next time I hear somebody say that. Okay, because if you are, then be that person and it's okay. We need those people. We need those really amazing transaction partners. But that's not who you are. You're a real estate agent. Focus on that time. All right? Ooh. Life, balance and purpose beyond transactions. So We are God, family, then business. Just remember that. Don't miss your kid's soccer game, ballet, ballet recital, donuts with dad, muffins with mom, whatever it is. Please remember that it's a balanced life. So important. All right. All right. You say that with a little more he goes, oh, tough conversations. Strong relationships. Can't wait to have a tough conversation with you, Darren. All right, number one, I'm just messing with you, you know that. Okay, acknowledge reality. So you guys, do not avoid price reduction and market realities. All right, do not be afraid. Is this the same market today that we were in 30 days ago? Say no. So who leads the seller conversation? Is it you or the seller? It has to be you. They have you in front of them because they need you. 90% of all transactions took place with a real estate agent. They're saying they need you. Don't go there and let them lead you. Because what's going to happen is you're going to take a listing that's way overpriced. You're going to have to do price reductions over and over again because you didn't lead the conversation. Okay? Ugh. Ask powerful questions. If this continues, how long can you afford to wait? So don't be afraid of tough conversations with the seller.
That options based on current market conditions.
Yeah, you guys, you got to know today what the market conditions are. They're not the same as yesterday. They're not the same as a week ago. You have to know today. You have to be the local expert for today. And then build trust. Honesty never leads, or honesty now leads to referrals later. So make sure you're being honest and you're building that trust. And speaking of trust, this is probably the one of the most powerful slides that I would recommend that you guys take a picture of. We can send it to you, whatever. I would send every listing presentation. I would send every buyer consultation with this slide. And the reason is because the reason they're hiring you is because they trust you. However, does anyone really understand what trust is? Trust is 4 components. It starts with empathy. Empathy means I understand and I care about you. And I'm going to be authentic. Competency, I'm knowledgeable, I'm skillful, and I have experience. Transparency, I'm going to be honest with you. We're going to have complete clarity. We're going to be open with one another, and we're going to have very open communication. By the way, how do you like to be communicated with? Email, text. How is that? What does that look like? Phone call. Dependability. I'm going to keep my promises, and I'm going to my expectations met. I'm going to maintain confidentiality. So this is kind of like if I was going to sit down with a client, this is probably what I would do. I'd say, listen, Mr. Seller, I said, before we get started, I really want to talk about trust because that's one of the most important things to me in my relationship with you. So I want you to know that I'm going to be empathetic to your situation and what's happening. I know you need to move to California within the next 30 days, which is exactly why we need to price this house right. I'm going to be authentic during this process. You're going to know that I'm skilled at what I do. I'm very knowledgeable. I have the experience to make sure we get to the finish line. I'm going to be honest and open with you at all times with my communication. I'm going to call you on Monday to give you a market update. On Fridays, I'm going to let you know how the open houses went. Those calls are going to come in at 10 a.m. every day. If that doesn't work for you, give me a time that works. And most importantly, you can depend on me to keep my promises, and I'm going to maintain full confidentiality. I know you're upside down with this house right now. I know it's got to get told. I don't want the neighbors to know. Trust me, you can depend on me that I'm going to keep everything confidential. So would you agree, Mr. Seller, that you and I can trust one another before we even get started in this agreement? Would that be okay?
Robin, how many people in the MLS are having this conversation right now?
How many of you go in and have a trust conversation before you start talking about wallpaper, paint colors, countertops, wood floor, the Jesus picture on the wall? I mean, remember that one? Yeah. I mean, I love Jesus. Don't get me wrong. I love Jesus, but they were everywhere. Probably not for everybody in the market, right? Maybe not. So are you able to have this conversation? Trust is so important, guys. If you go in with this conversation, you're even going to talk to the RE/MAX agent that's coming in 5 minutes after you. They're not, because nobody's having this conversation. Any questions around that? No? Yeah, before I sit on it. Tactical moves for today. So these are things that you can do right now today in today's market.
Provide a valuable market update, reconnect and build those relationships. I was coaching an agent yesterday from a different part of the country, and she said, I'm making my calls. She said, I literally want to go work at Walmart as the greeter. She said, I'm over this. And she's a $20 million producer. She's like, I just want to go to the Walmart greeter. I said, well, you probably have more fun. But she said, I'm calling people and just nothing's happening. I said, well, let's do it. So I literally turned around. I said, what am I supposed to do? We're on Zoom. I said, ring. So she calls me and she's asking me these questions, and not one time did she mention real estate, not one time. And she goes, well, Robin, I don't want to seem like I'm salty. I looked up on Facebook what's going on in their life, and I said, I'm going to go there. I said, why couldn't you start by saying, hey, you know what, I know you probably think I'm calling about real estate because you know I'm a real estate agent, but that's not why I'm calling, because I know you would call me if you had friends or family that were looking to buy or sell. The reason I actually called is to congratulate you that your daughter graduated, this past weekend, and what a huge, huge honor that must be for you to see her graduate. That's super cool. So did you accomplish both things? Yeah. I said, guess what? They might have forgot that you're a real estate agent because you're their buddy and they've just forgotten. So, and she goes, oh my God, that's what I needed, Robin. I needed that one thing. Like, I know you probably thought I'm calling, but that's not what I'm, but you're reminding them, right? Discuss current buying power and know your financing options.
You guys, if you're not with Billy and Teresa and going in and knowing their products inside and out, how you can help your clients, really missing an opportunity to go talk with the lender. And then practice scripts. You guys, role play conversations. Please don't practice on your client. When you're there, Darren had a good point yesterday, is like, they're going to ask you questions. And if you don't know how to respond to that question, or you don't know how to come back with a solution for them, they're not going back to that trust slide, they're not going to trust you as being knowledgeable. So practice, not practice on your clients. Yeah, true. Everybody knows Phil Jones. He's so great. You guys should follow him. Exactly What to Say is the book that he wrote. All right, Anchor and Purpose, 20 daily contacts, conversations, create opportunities, 2 hours a day minimum. And you guys start previewing properties, know what's on the market, know what's out there. In tough times, you get up earlier, you stay up later, and you talk to more people, period. There's no magic formula. Doing more during this time. Sure. Oh yeah, vacant homes, please. Yes, vacant. Yeah. There's nothing worse than somebody thinking they have a showing and it's just coming in. Let's change the conversation and our attitude around stress. So let's go from saying, I'm feeling stress, I'm being tested, I'm becoming tougher, to saying, so let measured stress be a gift you give yourself. Let stress happen for you, not to you. So speaking of stress, so Gary has some stress in his life. Wouldn't you agree with that? He's got some stress. So what he does, Gary actually wakes up. If he wakes up in the middle of the night, he actually will pull his pad and paper out and he actually starts to write. So this was one of his journal entries just 2 weeks ago. And I know we can't read it. So what this says is 3 a.m. and I'm wide awake. Mainly because I'm thinking about the course on fear and future book I'm writing, but also because in creating this course, I realized something. I'm afraid. So the #1 real estate company in the entire world, the leader, is afraid. Is it okay that you're afraid? I have fears and it's okay. On one hand, I'm very aware right now that I'm afraid I'm not going to fully live the life I want to live. Roadblocks, health challenges, change, and poor time management weirdly stop me. I'm also afraid of a lot of things happening that I can't see coming, but I know they eventually will. In my mind, I separate the two. The long-term fears spur me into action to prepare to overcome them or succeed anyway. This causes me to go deeper in the areas that matter so that my long-term journey becomes my destiny. The short-term fears make me pause to remember that these fear tapes conjured from my past or projected on my future. They're not real until they are. So I tell them I'll wait to deal with them when or if they ever show up. In this way, my short-term journey becomes my story. There are things I can't control and things I can't. I may be afraid, but I realize one thing, that I own my fears, they don't. Rob is the president. Well, maybe since there's no video when I was growing up. Yeah, Joe.
I've lived through many markets. I've led through many markets, and I've succeeded in many markets because the people who succeed in all these markets are the ones who show up. Do not be afraid to call your clients every week. I mean, one thing we did when we were going through crazy markets was it was the same time every week a client would count on to get a call from us. Yes, what's going on with the market today? This is what we see going on. And that gave them calm. That gave them peace. You never want to hide. Sometimes people hide if their listing's been sitting for a while. Do not do that. Same thing with your buyers. Just stay heavily in touch with people. I think it's a moment when markets do this where you can make more money than you can ever have because you show up. And people remember that. A lot of agents in our industry don't have the support that you guys have, and they run and they hide. But those who don't hide and they show up in front of their clients through good times and bad times, whether we have egg on our face or not, right? Those are the ones who make it and make it really big. And Gary always says in these kind of markets, this is where you take market share. This is where you take opportunity. This is why Valentine's growing the way it is. This is why you guys are outperforming the market, because you're showing up no matter what's happening. And that makes all the difference. So I love all what he said. And if you can just get into that, never be afraid to have those conversations. And if you're ever concerned on what to say, I'm here anytime. I have a zillion scripts and text things and all that to share. Okay. Thank you.
Michelle, 2 more ahas. You guys can go have cake. 2 more. Yeah.
You know, I just think that a lot of people ask us because this is not where we do the bulk of our business. We are way farther north than this. And we get asked the questions from agents and clients as well. You know, why are you in Ballantyne? And that keep this market center first and foremost and heading to number 1. So everybody that's in this room and those that didn't make it today can pat themselves on the back for a very good choice of where they because we will move.
Yeah, love it. Okay, 1 more. Yeah.
I love the anti-fragile concept, and I love the crossroads where you either get better or get bitter, because we all do have very tough times and things that happen constantly, and so just knowing and the ability to kind of make maybe better decisions or choices that will help you build and become that anti-fragile person if you're not already, or
I
more
love it.
consistently anti-fragile.
We get better or bitter. It's so true. Yeah. Yeah. It's a choice we all make. And by the way, negativity and positivity cannot live in the brain at the same time. They can't coexist. It's impossible. It's literally impossible. However, you have to acknowledge. So if you're feeling a certain way, you're feeling down, or there's negativity that you're feeling in your head for whatever reason, something happens, and maybe somebody pulls out in front of you on the freeway, and you're like, and you're so mad, and they're gone, but you're mad. You have to acknowledge it. You have to say, okay, I know I'm angry right now. I know this isn't a good time. Please, it's there, but now you need to go away. You need to just get out of my head, because the brain, that's how powerful the brain is, you guys. If you don't acknowledge it and release it, it stays with you. So don't think you're being weird in the car like, hey, thanks for being here. Now you got to go. it's the power of the brain, trust me. So, and the two can't exist. So that's why gratitude, if you start with gratitude in the day, just saying something of gratitude, hey, I'm just so grateful today that it's sunny outside. It's really hard to have negativity in the brain because they can't exist. All right. Love you guys. Go be awesome for your clients. Go have some cake. See you later.